it seems an extraordinarily positive story that the police are now considering opening an investigation and possibly prosecutions into the senior post office executives who were lording it over the postmistresses and the postmasters who were prosecuted wrongly, convicted between 1995 and 2015 because they were depending on a bugged computer system called Horizon. Uh, in law, it's not enough to say that you didn't know, and the fact that so many people were prosecuted and faced prison time, did prison time, and some of them have died, their families, their friendships, their standing in the community ruined because of this fake prosecution. And I think what is so heinous about it is the tardiness in putting things right, the tardiness in sorting out compensation, the fact that the victims have to go cap in hand to the authorities to try and get their convictions overturned when everybody knows that this was wrong, that this is based on faulty evidence. And people have there's a fellow apparently called Paul Marshall, who's a barrister representing a lot of the post office operators who had fallen foul of the Horizon rubbish, who says, on the face of it, the material is sufficient for the police to investigate whether, over a substantial period of time, the post office was engaged in perverting the course of justice or a conspiracy to pervert the courses of justice. In my view, he says, the post office was engaged in a sustained attack on the rule of law itself. And I think the same issue can probably be raised about the government's handling of Windrush. This failure to put things right, as well as the pursuit of people simply because an ideological obsession. I think we'll find the same sort of nonsense eventually emerges over Rwanda and over the Bibi Stockholm and so on. Ideology should not try to eclipse law, and the effort to hide wrongdoing by the authorities should not thwart, ultimately, the power of law to do the right thing. It can take time. It can take time. But the evidence is there indicating that the people who were investigating didn't do a proper job. I think that in itself is significant, and that they depended on this faulty system, and that some of them were not properly trained. But I think, in addition, there must be some investigation into why it has taken so long to repair the damage. The Post Office said, "We fully share the aims of the current public inquiry, set up to independently establish what went wrong in the past and accountability. We're acutely aware of the human cost of the scandal, and we're doing all we can to right the wrongs of the past as far as that is possible." No, they're not. Both the Post Office and government are committed to providing full, fair and final compensation for victims. Well, then they should hurry up, shouldn't they? Because this time wasting, this lagging, I think is culpable. I think it's something that that must be, that we must hold these people accountable for dragging their feet in the same way as we must hold people accountable for dragging their feet over Windrush. It's not just the errors of the past. It's the errors today in putting it right.